Big game number 5 in Dallas tonight, and the winner gets a leg up on moving ahead to the next round of the Stanley Cup playoffs. Our preview coming up next right here on Locked On Golden Knights.
Your Locked On Golden Knights, your daily podcast on the Vegas Golden Knights, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, your team every day.
Hi, everyone. Tony Cardasco, Chris Golick from Las Vegas. Thanks for making us your first listen every day. You can find us wherever you get your podcast, and please subscribe to our YouTube channel, which is Locked On Golden Knights. We are brought to you today by the Gametime app. Download the Gametime app today, create an account, and use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off your first purchase. Which Golden Knights team are we going to see in Dallas tonight? The VGK team that won a couple of games 1 and 2 there. Or are we going to see this Golden Knights team that dropped the last two here in Las Vegas on home ice? The Stars have all the momentum in the world. VGK, can they take it back tonight with a Game 5 victory? VGK has to clean up what Bruce Cassidy called self-inflicted wounds or mistakes, penalties, mismanaged pucks tonight, all of that. A lot of people, including Bruce Cassidy, felt that VGK played well in Monday's 4-2 loss. I disagree. I'm going to start there. Bad breaks, fluke goals, perhaps aside. Too many VGK mistakes for the Stanley Cup champions.
You're not going to win a lot of games in the playoffs by only scoring 2 goals. So people that want to just look at how pucks ended up in the VGK nets, I'm more concerned about pucks ending up in the Stars nets than anything. The Golden Knights have, at least on paper, a good enough offense to generate, 3+ goals per game. They've done it once this series, I believe. That was just the opener, right? Nothing else has been greater than 3 goals. So that's the first thing I'm going to look at. Sure, yeah. Logan had a really good game. That first goal was so bad, though, off his head. What are you going to do? That's going to happen. And yeah, 2 fluke goals. Sure, fine, whatever. But VGK needs to up the scoring. And the first thing that needs to happen is the game needs to be slowed down for the Golden Knights. You look at what happened in games 3 and 4. The Stars generated 42 high danger chances to the Golden Knights 14, games 3 and 4 in T-Mobile Arena. Now you go back to games 1 and 2, it's a much more manageable pace. Golden Knights looks like they surrendered 26 and got 22 high danger chances. So Coach Cassidy does not want this game to be a track meet. We've heard that all throughout the season. Coach Cassidy does not want to go punch for punch in the middle of the boxing ring. So that's the first thing that needs to happen tonight.
Cassidy said yesterday that each team has taken away the opponent's rush game, although VGK had breakouts there in game number 4. At one point, I recall it being 10-4 VGK on odd man rushes. They had a lot of chances in this game, but again, no rebounds because there's no one home. There's no one in front of the net. There's no net front presence for VGK. That's got to change here if they're going to go on and play Colorado.
Yeah, I mean, I'm really curious to see. Tonight's lineup is going to tell you where Coach Cassidy's panic/concern level is. Do you see Pavel Dorofeev jump in? Do you see Ben Hutton jump in? Do you see wholesale changes to the entire top 9 forwards and even down to the fourth line? I don't think Carrier or Coles are getting elevated or anything like that, but possibly Nick Watt moved up, possibly Brett Howden moved down, somehow Dorofeev's in line. Who knows? I mean, this is going to be interesting to see what Coach Cassidy has. We saw DeBoer make a move, right? He loaded up with Jason Robertson, Rupe Hintz, and did I say Wyatt Johnson already? Wyatt, no. Rupe, and Robo. Wyatt, Rupe, and Robo. Jason Robertson.
What's his last name?
Wyatt Johnson. There's a big.
Is he 20 or 21? Okay.
He's 21, I think, in 13 days. He's probably the only National Hockey League player who I know their birthday is at least within like a 2 or 3 day window because we say it every dang show.
Maybe the team said that he was 21 so he could sneak in a few beverages here.
Hey, I hope he does. Actually, no, I don't promote underage drinking.
Yeah, we don't promote that. Yeah. Wrong show. That's your other podcast. Okay. I don't know,
trying to think
your
which
Saturday
podcast that
morning
would be.
show?
All right, I was making a point somewhere in here.
Somewhere you were.
Line
Okay.
changes, stuff like that. Who's going to draw into the lineup, all that sort of stuff. So, Coach Cassidy Coach DeBoer made the move, and that led to 2 victories in T-Mobile Arena. So, what's the response? Coach Cassidy had one response, getting Ammo into the game, getting Michael Amadio into the game, and it led to a goal. So, hopefully, Coach Cassidy is willing to take a chance. I'm okay. I'm okay with putting everything on the table in Game 5, and even if it backfires, because I used pivotal for Game 5. I didn't use must win. I said pivotal. The winner of Game 6 in this series is the team that advances right now. That's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
And we have to wonder if the trend of winning on the other team's home ice will continue. Stay out of the box. That is so important. I went back on the Stevenson penalty. It was actually, I said 8 shots on goal. It was 7. 7 shots on goal, though, on a power play. That's way too many. And Dallas also had periods without a shot. So they went, if I recall correctly, they went something like 11 minutes before without a shot on net before Dodanov's goal. And so that was pretty interesting. And Cassidy yesterday also said that the Donov goal from that corner, it's the same one that Draisaitl scored on against VGK last year. They're never going to learn. They give up too many of those chances. Hug the stinking post, whoever's in that. I think it's held tonight. But okay, your thoughts.
No, so you make an interesting conversation here. So during the Vancouver Nashville feed, they were talking. It was the first goal that Vancouver got. Nice goal where I think it was a defenseman winds up taking the puck all the way in, but he takes one of those sharper angle shots, not as sharp as the Donoff, but a pretty sharp angle shots. And it was mentioned right after that this is part of the new NHL. You're seeing shots you're seeing shots from places on the ice where coaches are telling players to shoot versus these were considered low percentage shots, and it was get the puck to the middle or get it behind the net and keep working instead of taking these weird shots from the angles. Why do you take those shots? Well, one, goalies don't practice those as much for the reasons I just said. It's not a high percentage of the shots come from that area. Not now. If you were to compare a heat map, maybe from the NHL, let's say in the last 10 years to the 10 years after this, I'll bet you see a lot more shots along the boards and from that corner. Hoping for a rebound, hoping the goalie's sleeping, hoping to hit the goalie in the head and the puck goes in the back of the net. Like that's what's happening
Poor
right
position.
there. So,
I don't care. It's just absolutely poor positioning.
100%. There's no
You know.
reason for the puck to end up in the nets off of a shot from the corner if the goalie has a clean view of it. That's it. End of story. Logan gets hit in the head. The National Pred, who UC Saros, that happened to him yesterday, but for whatever reason, Saros was already on his knees as the player was 25 feet out, and it just roofed it on him. It was just such a bizarre circumstance, but I think that's how goalies are being coached when players are coming from the side right there. So, I mean, heck, Golden Knights start firing shots from the corners. I mean, if it's working for them, let's see if it can work for the Golden Knights.
Cassidy yesterday asked himself a question out loud. Do we need to make some changes? And then he talked about some of the traits that he looks for in players. And one is, of course, whether or not they're going to help this team to win, a.k.a. Pavel Dorofeev. I think percentage-wise, it's got to be 80% tonight because they need some pop in that lineup. And they need the shake your money maker line with him and Hurdle. I don't know where that came from yesterday, but
I liked it, and you got some attention on Twitter for it. So there you go.
That's all I'm here for, man.
No, I like that. So is it Dorofeev, Hurdle, Eichel? Was that your 3?
No, I think it'll be Stone still on there, but those
No,
two.
well, who did you want it to be? Who did you want it to be? Did you say
I said
Eichel?
Stone. No.
Stone?
I said Stone will still be out there because they're going to boo him and he's going to be motivated.
No. What line is Dorofeev on? Who do you want Dorofeev's line mates to be?
Yes, Hurdle, Dorofeev, Stone.
Okay, fair enough. I can't remember if you wanted it to be Eichel or Eichel.
No, I wouldn't move Eichel off that top line.
It's interesting. Only concern that I have is Stone doesn't move as well. We've talked about this, and Hurdle isn't. I mean, Hurdle has his moments as well. So, will Dorofeev be able to find the soft areas to get his shots? I don't know, but yes. I'll take Hurdle on the.
Dorofeev will shoot the puck. That's the problem they're having. right? And he'll get in the middle of the ice. He'll go in the slot area and he will shoot the stinking puck. That's one of the biggest issues right now. No one
He
wants to
will.
shoot.
No, Dorofeev will put himself into plus situations, and he will find a way to do his best to have an outcome on this game. I mean, listen, the 23-year-old whose birthday is October 26th, 67
I say he's
NHL
24.
games,
I've been saying he's 24 already.
67 NHL games, 33 points, 20 of those are goals. So I mean, he's scoring one out of every 3 games he plays. So put Dorofeev in for the last 3 games, you'll get 1 goal there from someone in the middle 6, which is what the Golden Knights definitely need. So I'm with you on Dorofeev drawing in. Who draws out?
Everyone. I don't care. Whoever.
I think Howden probably stays in just because he has multiple roles in this line or in the lineup. I would leverage for Carrier to go out, drop Howden down to the 4th line, and do it like that. But I don't know. We'll see.
I don't think Cotter is going to draw in anytime soon. He's been at the Do-Si-Do place there, line dancing last week, according to hashtag sources. So he was there. And then also they get to escape the wags, right? The wives and girlfriends and side pieces. They should play much better with their whole jacket making do-it-yourself stuff and all that, and lettermen jackets and sweaters. I don't know, whatever.
Mark Stone's wife is amazing.
Did you see that?
She posed a picture with someone with 61 and LTIR. The only thing I wonder is if she actually saw what she was taking a picture with.
I think she did. She knew it was
Listen,
fun.
It's great.
It was great comedy.
Lean into it, have fun. Hockey is fun, and if that bothers everyone else across the country, then a job well done by Mark Stone's wife.
Now she's my favorite wag right now. She's wag of the day. She's wag of the day.
Wags of the day. But you do make a point. Even Coach Cassidy did mention that on the road, there's less distractions. The family isn't really with you, and life isn't with you. You're just on the road in the hotel room with your teammates, focusing on playing a hockey game, and that's working for both teams right now, right? Maybe Tony, maybe we have to look into the Stars Wagyu situation. Wags?
Yeah, Wagyus. I call
What's
them,
a Wagyu?
whatever.
I thought it was Wags.
It's
what's the U? Universal?
Yeah, it's like Wagyu beef or whatever. Like it's YU, WAGYU, and so that's the whole Wag Nation. That is the Wag and Wags Nation is what that is. It's all
coming up on segment 2.
Coming up on segment 2, we're going to talk more about Wags. We're going to talk more about VGK's lack of depth scoring. I think we'll get into that. That comes your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. Maybe we'll get the right graphic there, and it is correct. It's eBay Motors. Millions of parts for your MVP. You could win every time with parts that fit your ride or die. eBay Motors has everything you need to maintain your vehicle and to level it up to peak performance, from superchargers, roof racks, exhaust kits, LED headlights, and much, much more. Whether you are into speed, power, or style, eBay Motors has got you covered. With over 122 million parts for your number one ride or die, you will always find exactly what you're looking for. And with eBay Guaranteed Fit, your part is guaranteed to fit your ride every time, or you get your money back. Because with eBay Motors, you are burning rubber, right? And not cash. You're not burning cash. With all the parts you need, all the prices you want, it's easy to turn your car into the MVP and to bring home that win. Keep your ride or die alive at ebaymotors.com. Eligible items only. Exclusions apply. eBay Guaranteed Fit is only available for U.S. customers. And we are also brought to you today by Gametime. You can download the Gametime app and use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. And they've got killer last-minute deals. They've got all-in prices. You have views from your seat and the lowest price guarantee. That's right. Gametime takes the guesswork out of buying tickets for any event, be it sporting or comedy. Like, you get a ton of comedy on this show and much, much more, but you get it for free here, right? Just by subscribing, you can do that. Last minute ticket deals, you've got flash deals, you have zone deals. Now they're doing a lot with Major League Baseball. So you could buy Tickets for the Oakland/Sacramento/Las Vegas A's and all of those teams. Zone deals. Save even more money when you choose a section. And like Game Time, choose your seats. And they've got the lowest price guarantee, or Game Time will credit you 110% of the difference. So take the guesswork out of buying tickets today. Use Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, use the promo code LOCKEDONNHL for $20 off of your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and use the redeem code LOCKEDONNHL. You'll get $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. Last minute tickets, lowest price guaranteed. Back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights, Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick from Las Vegas. We appreciate you tuning in. Thanks for making us your first listen each and every day. And don't forget, Friday, it's WTF with the Friday, Saturdays, the Chris and Chris Jr. show. In 2024, Chris Golick got a tattoo, boldly predicting that this was the Golden Knights' year. It was not their year. You didn't see that commercial? They've got some guy, Zach Moore, on there. He gets a tattoo in like 2019. You need to watch more TV. It's on every NHL game. Okay. Of major concern for the Golden Knights, it's lack of depth scoring right now. They need to put pucks on net, and they need to score goals. End of story. I was looking at some numbers yesterday that you provided. I'm just going to say, okay, because I wasn't smart enough to do some research like that. Chandler Stevenson, -4. He has a point. Stone, Hurdle, 1 point, 3 consecutive scoreless games. Stone, a -3. No points for players like your favorite Carlson, for Wah. Howden has an assist. And I feel that the fourth line has been neutralized, if you will. Dallas has done a good job with his fourth line out there. Big concern going into Game 5 for VGK is its depth scoring.
Yeah, really fast. There's something interesting on Dorofeev, then I'll jump into this here. Dorofeev played 72 games in the KHL, 9 total career points, and then gets drafted by the Golden Knights. I'm really curious what they saw in a player from the KHL in 70 games with 1 point every 10 games, and how well he's doing since he's come and played hockey in America. It's awesome. I mean, it's a cool story. I'd love to learn more about that. I thought that was interesting, which is why I wanted to talk about it. So you hit everything on the head right there, right? The middle six, the depth is outside of goaltending, outside of coaching, the depth, the middle six, if you will, or the bottom 9 are the difference makers of any series. And you said the Golden Knights' fourth line was neutralized. On the score sheet, yes, Dave. I don't think anyone has a point yet, correct?
No points.
No
And
points for the fourth line yet. They've had
-3 or something?
They've had chances, and I'll go as far as saying at times they were getting the best traction, if you will. They were getting to the nets. Not often, but they're also not the best finishers. I mean, I joke about Keegan Kolesar all the time not being able to finish, but that's the reality. He doesn't score a lot of points. William Carrier was pacing to be a 20-goal scorer last season, and then injuries, which is the story of his career, unfortunately. And Nick Waugh, we just don't get to see his skill on display on the fourth line, which can also have benefits and stuff like that. Shea Theodore, defenseman, part of the depth, no points. You mentioned Carlson. Nick Waugh, Will Carrier, Zach Whitecloud, no points. Kolesar, no points. Martinez has been around it, but no points. Then the list of players with 1 point. Amadio gets a point in his first game. Okay. Howden, I guess, is probably doing more than we're seeing because he's at least even. His plus-minus rating is 0. To Chandler Stevenson's -4, to Hurdle's -4, to Stone's -3. So that second line, which is also part of that middle six and the depth as we're talking about, I think really needs a complete overhaul right now because defensively, who would have thought we're talking about Mark Stone's line being a liability right now?
Right, exactly. And, Dallas, too, they need to get some scoring from players like Rupe Hintz. I thought this would be a high-scoring series, and it's turned out to go the opposite way.
It's playoff hockey. This is good playoff hockey right now.
Yeah, but last year, VGK was because it's rigged, was putting up 8 and 9 goals in a game. John Cooper referenced there, and so Dallas needs to get scoring from Rupe Hintz. How the empty net goal, really interesting. Joe Pavelski has not scored a point. No points for him.
Pavelski, I feel like, well, I guess he's playing 17 minutes a game right now. I
Yeah,
felt
no,
like
he's been out there.
I
He's
thought he
just
hasn't been out there enough. I know he's been on one of the lower lines, but maybe I'm
yeah.
wrong on that. I still go back to just Niles Lundqvist, defenseman, plays like 2 or 3 shifts in the first
It's so
period,
funny.
and then
Why?
he's done. He averages 5, or no, he's averaging 5 minutes of ice time a game. So the
But
Golden Knights,
what is this strategy? I don't understand it.
because DeBoer wants 5 defensemen out there. He takes his 5
Those are his
best
best 5.
defensemen, and here we go. And it's working. It's working. The Golden Knights don't have an answer for that. And this is where the physicality, I think, Tony, is very important. You get those pucks in the corner, dump and chase, 80s, 90s, 70s hockey. It's boring. It's tough to watch at
Oh,
times.
that third period, man. That was vintage defense and just clear it out of your zone. That's
but
it.
there really needs to be a commitment to getting pucks in that space behind the nets, inside the trapezoid and in the corners, and then punishing the defensemen and wearing them out. That's
Got to ask the question. I've got to ask the question. Sorry to cut you
no,
off.
you're good, dude. You're good. Good.
But have teams, aka like Dallas, have they caught up to the Bruce Cassidy system? Now, during the course of the season, it just became very predictable. Let's go low to high, low to high, low to high. And they start to clog lanes. And then, of course, if you don't give VGK that speed through the neutral zone, you are doing a good job as well. Are teams catching up to VGK? I've got to ask that question.
Sure, it's a copycat league, and there's film out and things like that. And Pete DeBoer looked like a man defeated when asked if
Oh my
the Golden
goodness, we
Knights
thought they
simply
were
got.
done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he was asked the question if the Golden Knights got the Stars figured out, and DeBoer, in vintage Pete DeBoer form, made the comment, well, they got everyone figured out. They're the Stanley Cup champions. But it came across as very genuine and like we're in a bad spot. And it's fair. They're down 2-0 to the Stanley Cup champions, lost 2 games at home. So, yeah, it made sense for DeBoer to have the mindset he did and that raw emotion at the time. But credit DeBoer for going back to his lab and getting his power play genius, Steve Spott, ready to go. And next thing you know, all of a sudden we got a tied series and everyone's talking about all the momentum the Dallas Stars have. But at times I do think, and maybe I'll put this more on myself than anybody, I think I am being a little harsh on the team in some degree. As bad as the team was, as bad as the fact that the Golden Knights were outchanced, if you will, 67-36, as far as high danger chances go for this series.
Can't happen.
Like that.
It can't happen. You're not being
It
hard on
definitely
anyone.
can't
That's
happen.
it. Those are the numbers. That's right there in black and
But
white.
Tony, they're one shot away from having a 3-1 series lead, and
Very
that's
true.
something that I think is forgotten. And at least for myself, I've been tearing the Golden Knights apart and stuff like that, and mentioning about DeBoer out coaching Cassidy a lot. But in the same breath, the Golden Knights are one shot from this being a 3-1 series lead. So
you know
maybe
why?
it's not that bad. Maybe it's not that bad.
You know why? Because they have Stanley. Because they have Stanley Cap pedigree. That's why.
Stanley Cap
pedigree.
Shut up, Tony.
I haven't given you one of those in a while.
It's been a minute. You should have thrown some in yesterday when the Big Cheese was tuning into our show. He would have really liked that. I did want to talk about an area that sometimes it's a major part of the game, about faceoffs in this series. 144-131 in favor of Dallas. Not, huge numbers there, not a big edge. However, I swear that Dallas in that third period the other night did not lose faceoffs. They are winning the big faceoffs when they count. They are winning faceoffs in the O-zone. I wish I could see a breakdown of how this shakes out. But again, without William Karlsson, in all fairness, it's hurting VGK in the faceoff circle. Hurdle has not been great. Hurdle's not been great in the circle, and I expected more out of him and more to the liking of him winning that faceoff earlier in the series and then scoring the goal, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, I want to talk about faceoffs and their importance in this series. And moving forward, if VGK continues to lose those big faceoffs, they can't win the series. There's no way.
I'm trying to find out what the playoff stats are for Hurdle really fast without slowing
You're
down the
slowing us down.
momentum
I
here.
just, you know,
I can't find it. So I mean, I'm curious. I guess my angle there is where would this team be without Hurdle in the faceoff circle, knowing he's well over 50% in this series. At least I
you
think
have
he
a
is.
homework assignment, bro.
I'll have it
For
by the
tomorrow.
third segment.
You'll have it. Okay, by the third segment. That's good though. But again, so Cassidy again, just saying, do we need to make some changes? In other words, he's going to make some changes, right?
Oh,
One of those.
I think there's changes coming. I think that's very, very, very safe to assume changes are coming. Oh, Hurdle. I think I got some numbers here.
So he
Thank you.
talked about players with cup experience. So that means Phil Kessel's coming back. Is that it? No. I mean, right now, I think what would be the most unlikely change? I
The
think
most
Aiden Hill.
unlikely change?
I think Aiden Hill.
I mentioned, that was a knee-jerk reaction for me on Monday night watching the game. I said I think Aiden Hill starts almost certainly game number 5. And
I think he
after
comes in.
watching the
No?
game and stuff like that, I don't think that's the time. I
Whoa.
don't think it's the time.
I'm just telling you, at times Thompson does look shaky.
He got hit in the head and a puck went in. What did he do wrong besides that, Tony?
As I said yesterday, he was seeing stars when he got hit in the head with the puck.
He always gets hit in the head with the puck. He leads the league in headshots right now. Tony.
Are they shooting? Are they headhunting and shooting towards his head?
I hope not. That would be Bush League. But all right, really fast. Hurdle wins 55.6, took nine faceoffs in the last game. Before that, goes 12-8 and wins 60%.
Okay.
50%. So he's
okay.
He's doing
so
well.
without him, VGK sunk is what you're saying in the circle. They need him in the circle. That's it.
Yes.
Coming up next, we've got our locks of the night, and we have our predictions as well. You don't want to miss this segment, of course. As always, is little Chris going to jump in, hopefully?
I'm not sure. I'm working on it. He didn't sleep very well last night. He's comfortable.
You have to call his agent.
He might be coming, but Tony says, "What do you guys have to come?" There you go.
Okay. Yeah. Did you have to reach out go through his agent, Pat Brisson, or something?
It wasn't Walsh.
Okay. We'll get to the locks of the night predictions coming your way next, right here on Locked On Golden Knights. We got to tell you about Monopoly Go. I'm sure that you've heard about it. It's been downloaded more than 150 million times. And it is a great twist on Monopoly where you play not one, but hundreds of Monopoly boards in crazy locations like amazing cities that bring you big money, all sorts of places. And the best part, of course, is messing around with all your friends. You could charge them rent on iconic properties, just like in the classic Monopoly. Sounds like going back to a movie, in the classic movie Monopoly. But now you can also rob your friends' vaults. You can rob them of the riches for yourself. And the leaderboards will show you who the biggest Monopoly tycoon is. But it's not just the competitive side of us here at Locked On Golden Knights that really loves it. You can team up with friends and with people all around the world in time tournaments to earn huge rewards. So get into the game. Come join your friends. Download Monopoly Go right now for free at the App Store or on Google Play. We're back on this edition of Locked On Golden Knights. Tony Cardasco and Chris Golick reporting from Las Vegas. And we appreciate you tuning in. Find us wherever you get your podcast, of course. Apple's the #1 choice, followed by Spotify. And then there's just tons, dozens and dozens of places where you can find our podcast if you poke around a little bit. And please subscribe to the YouTube channel, Locked On Golden Knights. We appreciate you doing so. Friday, WTF. Saturday, the YouTube exclusive Chris and Chris Jr. show. I do want to talk just for a minute tonight. We have military night there with the Vegas Thrill, if I can get a short little.
You bringing a tank down there? Is there going to be a tank at that party?
I am bringing out. Well, I just asked in a meeting. I said, "Hey, is there any way you can bring a tank to the party for military night? I just want to be different because that's what I am, right?" Oh, that's it. Is that the Bradley tank right there?
That is.
So the Bradley tank, you could actually take photos and go inside the tank to take pictures too. So Nevada Army National Guard's going to bring that out there. They're going to bring out some Humvees. And then we've got all sorts of ceremonies like we do. You know, you've been out there. We like to go large. And we've got some great ceremonies going on. A swearing in ceremony at intermission. Those are always cool. Color guard, anthem singer, all sorts of stuff. So come on out. That starts at 7 o'clock tonight for the Vegas Thrill. And if you come out early, go to I call it Fraggle Rock, Craggy Range. Go to the Craggy Range, and you could go there and watch the VGK game, which starts at 4:30.
Get there at 4:30. VGK ends about 6:55. Check out the game. Life is good.
Okay, will this be one of those John Cooper rigged? Will this be one of those John Cooper rigged specials? Because, as you know on the show, the theme all season has been #rigged. Why?
It's been your
Because
thing, Tony. It's been your
the
thing.
NHL and Batman, let's face it, they wanted VGK in the playoffs because they bring ratings and they bring the selfies with the wags and all that. They do. They bring so much. And the showgirls and the country line dancers there right behind the net during all the everything that goes on in the pregame. Okay, it is time for our locks and predictions. The hits were too aggressive for VGK. They are out hitting Dallas. Hear me out here. And so by being too aggressive, VGK has walked into penalties. So tonight, we will see an embellishment call on VGK because they're going to start flopping. Wow. They're going to run into sticks. Here's a prediction. William Karlsson will draw at least one penalty. Why? Because he's going to trip over someone's hockey stick tonight. In any event.
Shut up, Tony!
Hurts. Oh, that hurt, bro.
Tony!
Wow, it's the same guy as in that video. I'm going to go 4-3 Dallas. I'm going to go just off the boards here and go with Carrier and Amadio. Amadio, the only guy that goes into the dirty areas. Remember, he wasn't scoring earlier this season, but he was getting some good grade A chances. And so I think
he had some great chances in a run when Stevenson was down. All right, Chris, go. Get close to the microphone.
Shut up, Tony.
Go ahead, just
shut up, Chris Jr.
All right, talk. Let's go quick.
Mm-hmm.
Closer.
I think Mike Amadio is gonna do good, and I think Marchessault is gonna get at least 2 tonight. And let's go 5-3 Vegas.
5-3 Vegas.
Amadio, and who's your other one, Chris?
Michael and
Marchessault, he said, yeah. All right, Big Chris.
You want 5-3 Vegas?
Yeah.
I like it. All right, so my angle is where the money is. The public does not think the Golden Knights have a chance. As a matter of fact, 67% of the American public says the Dallas Stars are winning this game.
Wow.
Right now, you got plus 135 on the Vegas Golden Knights. Such a good number. Get it now because that number will drop as the money's going to come in on Vegas tonight. The money's going to move towards Vegas. So if you like Vegas, get your action right now. Vegas is winning this game tonight, so I'm very confident. I'm going 5-1 Golden Knights. I'm going 5-1 Golden Knights. I'm going with Amadio, and I'm shocked that no one is taking the unsung hero, Braden McNabb.
Yeah, who wasn't injured, I don't think, the other night. I think that was a bad call. I think that was a bad call on TV. They said that he was injured. He left the bench.
And he got hit when Jimmy Benn got him, or earlier?
That Jamie Benn hit was massive early on. No, it
was.
So
was the hit that McNabb laid. It was good hockey.
I know, it was great at that first minute, man. Yeah, you got to tune in early. No, it was actually Jamie Benn on a shot that hit him. So he went off. They said he was off the ice. He's fine. Yeah, he's fine. We appreciate everyone tuning in. Thank you so much. Tomorrow, of course, our recap of Game 5 and much, much more. And we also have an over-under a number of times that Mark Stone will be booed tonight. For my man,
1,642, and the over is minus 130.
For my man, Chris Golick, don't forget Chris and Chris Jr. show on Saturdays, WTF on Fridays. I'm Tony Cardasco. We'll see you tomorrow right here on Locked On Golden Knights. And please take care.